By a show of hands, how many of you have experienced awkward small talk in your life? That's what I thought. Everybody experiences awkward small talk in their life, and my job is to make sure we can eliminate this for the future. Awkwardness is relative, so I say that a conversation is what you make it. In the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'll be able to teach you how to start a conversation, how to keep one going, and how to end confidently. Confidence is definitely key in this sort of thing. With that being said, the first step to eliminating awkwardness in small talk is a good conversation starter. And the good thing about conversation starters is there's not really good and bad, it's just what not to do. So you can start a conversation with hi, hey, hello, any sort of greeting like that. Then you pause and wait for a response because sometimes people aren't willing to talk to you. But if they are, they'll give you a hey back. I always start with, what are you doing? It's important to steer away from graphic jokes. If you know Jim Newstead, this is something that he would do often. Forsey can tell you a joke about it later. And intrusive questions. Make sure you steer away from intrusive questions because they are very intimidating. Like if I go up to somebody and say, are you married? That's giving the wrong idea. Starting the conversation is important, but most awkward moments happen whenever you're trying to keep the conversation going. Whenever you're trying to keep the conversation going, it's important to actually listen to the person that you're interacting with and take your time to respond. When you're running out of things to say, it's good to use phrases like, oh, that's interesting, or I didn't know that. If you're trying to deepen the conversation, you want to ask questions, sort of like, how did you get into that? What made you do this? Did you enjoy that? And if you want to switch topics, I would invert it back to something that you are a part of. So say, that reminds me of something that happened to me, or I've really wanted to do that. Also, it's important when you're keeping conversation to talk about either the place you're at or somebody you both may know, because that can help you end the conversation as well. It's important not to talk about sensitive or personal topics, controversial topics. I would avoid making jokes because you never know another person's personality. They might take it the wrong way. And stay away from politics. That is the most important thing in small talk. When the conversation is going well, it's important to end graceful too. I always say that you should end a conversation with words because the most awkward moments are whenever you're talking to somebody and then they give you awkward smile and just start stepping backwards. I always like to convert back to what we were doing in the keeping it going, where you mentioned the place you're at or a person you were both knowing. So you could say, I've got to get back to, or I need to go say hi to, and then you always end politely by saying, it was nice talking to you, or I hope to see you again, can't wait to chat again. This all sounds really hard, but in reality, it's not. And it seems really easy to talk about on paper, but in reality, it's easy as well. This is my friend Joe Maupin, and I'm gonna tell you a story about how me and him became great friends. So I was at a middle school girls basketball game with my boyfriend and his family, and we were just dying to go home because this was the most boring place I could have been at that time. My boyfriend's older brother says if you give a random stranger a hug, you can go home. We'll take you home right now. I took that challenge. This is me introducing myself to Joe Maupin. As I said before, I started with a hi. How are you? And he said, I'm good. How are you? I asked him, I said, who are you here watching? He's like, oh, my daughter plays for this team. Next, I told him the situation I was in. I said, hey, Joe, I really need a favor. My friends up there, they said that if I gave a random stranger a hug that I could go home. Sometimes being blunt is good. I was telling him this. Of course, other people think this is awkward. They're laughing, calling me to tell me to stop. But I don't care. I enjoy talking with strangers. So in the end, I kept talking with Joe, built a good relationship, and I said, okay, Joe, can you do me a favor? He said, of course. Gave me a hug, and I got to go home early. So it's important whenever you're talking to strangers to keep it light and keep it sort of just, well, it's good to keep it light and talk about things that are going on around you. Sometimes tell the situation you're in, because small talk is good. And even if it's with strangers, it's good because you never know what someone's going through, and small talk could change your life. Now, next I'm going to have a volunteer come up, and we're going to show you how to small talk effectively. Georgia? We're going to give you a situation. So Georgia is in lunch right now. Say I'm in the cafeteria. I'm just going to come in and say hello. So I say, oh, hey, Georgia, what are you doing?
Good. How are you?
So what are you doing?
Sorry. Wait, where am I? I'm at the library.
You're in the lunch.
Oh, I'm just getting lunch.
Oh, what did you get today?
Chicken patty and carrots.
Oh, that's really good. Who are you sitting with?
Maddie.
Oh, I had her in class last period too. What are you guys doing today?
We're reading.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I've got to get back to the library, so I'll see you later, okay?
Yeah, you too.
Thanks for talking with me.
Yeah.
So, as you see, it's good to keep it light and keep it vague too. Sometimes it's good to add details, sometimes it's not. It just depends on the person. So, as I said in the beginning, and I'll say it again, confidence is key. Because if you don't have confidence, you could get off to the wrong track. You might start saying stuff that you weren't meaning to say. Just be confident in what you're talking about. And practice eliminates awkwardness. So if you find yourself in the lunch line, in the classroom, you're at a banquet, just go around, start talking to people, because practicing starting conversation, keeping the conversation, and finding an effective exit and confidently is going to be the best thing to help you. That way, awkwardness is not a thing and small talk becomes second nature. Put yourself out there and go talk to some strangers. Thank you.